You're watching the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand.
Salah to settle it in front of the Kop.
Welcome back to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand.
Make sure that you like, comment and subscribe for more juicy content.
Listen to him and do exactly just that. Enjoy this video.
That'll be good thing. Right, hello there everyone. I forgot that we started. Welcome back to the Kop TV. My name is James Redmond. I am joined by the regulars, Rubi and Marion. We've actually got a special guest joining us. Yeah. Alex, AGT, thank you for actually coming on the podcast. I think you created.
Yeah.
I think so, but...
I feel like James has overtook it a little bit now.
Yeah, a little bit, but I'm here to take it back
There
today.
you go. Just for today.
It's great to be
Welcome back, brother.
Thank you. It's great to be back, man. It's my first time in the studio in maybe 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm buzzing.
In like a
3 weeks.
month,
I'm
more
buzzing.
or less.
And to have all of us here, we've got a big game tonight.
Is this the first time that all four of us have been here?
No, I think there was maybe one or
There's
two
literally
more
one other time, I
times.
think.
Really?
But it's
All
always a
four?
special occasion when
I don't think we've had all four, you know.
No, this
I
is
think
first time all
Is
for
it?
you.
Yeah.
It's first time,
Really?
yeah.
Thank you for saving me, man.
Let's
clap for that, then.
Right there. And we've got Jacob as
Big
well.
up to Jacob inside.
Welcome back, Jacob, as well.
Inside.
This is like proper full squad settings.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
there's no
these are the
there's
main
no
heads, yeah.
the main heads. There's no like passengers today. We're all here doing our thing.
Oh, yeah,
like, comment,
baby.
and subscribe before we get into this one. It's going to be a belter episode.
Smash the
Big up to
likes.
everyone in the comments already. Yes, lads, it's happening. You sexy people, says Techers Dave.
I hope that was
Straight
at
up,
me.
man.
Checkers, Dave.
I mean, it's probably about you more than anyone else, if I'm honest, because that's
Thanks,
just the way
Dave.
it goes.
Wait
isn't
there,
it?
what did Dave say about Ruby?
He said,
No,
well,
we
he
were just
actually-
assuming it was about me.
Why did he say that you were fit or
big-headed.
something?
Yes, lads, sapping in you sexy people, but I guess you're a lad, aren't you? Really? So.
No,
I
but
would
the
say that
sexy
he
bit
could be
was to the
talking to
people,
me.
innit?
Oh, right, yeah.
I think he could be
I have
talking
to
me.
mention all my
Could be
mates.
them
all-
trousers as well.
all my
I'm not
mates
going
in
to lie, I think
Italy.
Mario takes the sexiest person award today. Just in
You
my
do,
opinion.
just for
Look
them
at those
pants, Mario.
All my mates
Check
in
the
Italy.
leg stroke.
That is gold
They
standard.
love Ruby.
Look at the
Deschamps.
flexibility.
Yeah, everyone
I
loves
want-
Ruby, man.
Yeah, everyone in Italy.
Yeah.
I'd never been in Italy. Oi, holler at
You
me.
need to go in Italy.
Ciao. Get past that. But listen, it's great to be back. Loads of people in the comments already. What
Yes.
today it is to be a Liverpool fan. Champions League is back. Rangers tonight at Anfield. Now, guys,
They are everywhere. They've
they're
swarmed
everywhere,
this city.
bro. I mean, we're obviously live. I've been out for a little dog walk this morning, seen them all knocking about. I mean, funnily enough, not by the cathedral, because that's pretty much the whole problem that why they're going at each other, because we've got a cathedral and they don't like the cathedral. But anyway,
Rangers Protestant.
yes,
Yes.
Oh, okay, so
But-
they've had the big brown one then.
pretty much. But listen, thank you for Jacob for reminding me. Before we get into our match preview, Flux, right? Hat, top, bottoms, top. Bosh.
Amazingness.
And guess what? They're actually in store now. I don't know if you guys saw the announcement the other day by Flux, but
You
they're in
are
store.
joking.
What
So you
stores?
can go in. They're called, you know the one like as you're coming through town and it's on the right?
Dirty Kids?
Dirty
Dirty
Kids.
Kids.
Oi, they do belts
Thank
of
you,
stuff
Jacob.
in there.
You're a G. Yeah, they do wicked stuff in there.
Dirty
like
Kids
every
is
brand,
sick.
basically. So
Yeah.
to actually see Flux in store is amazing. To be fair, I might have a word with him and see if you can actually use this code in store as well. Just go up to the till and
That-
say,
do you know
Kop
what?
TV 15%.
Speak to him about it. I don't know if the logistics will work, but obviously we've got the link in the description as well.
We do.
15% off.
It's a belter.
I think the one thing that I like about Flux as well is that they're really embracing the culture of the city.
Oh, God,
And
yeah.
It's really a brand that's worth supporting as they support the city and what it means and the beliefs of the city. And you look at Paddy the Baddie and whatnot,
There you
Molly
go.
Meatball, some
So
big
is it
people.
the weapon, knives down, what was it? Fist
Yeah,
up?
yeah.
Gloves up.
There you
yeah.
go.
Gloves up, yeah,
So
knives down,
they're
gloves
all-
up.
they're
I
all
don't want to
Flux
actually say that
sponsored
too
all
wrong, because that's actually really, really good. And
Yeah.
there's been programs that's being created. Tony Bellew's got involved in terms of giving young men, young women opportunities to get
Molly,
into the
Paddy.
gym,
Never
to
mind,
coach and
Tony.
stuff
Oh,
like that.
Molly's absolutely smashing.
Oh no, we'd already mentioned them, which is why I brought Tony in as well.
Yeah.
I think everyone who's been getting involved with that program is amazing. As
Yeah.
someone who dabbles in a little bit of boxing as well, to see the people that it's helped from the inside just goes to show what we can do when
No,
we
it's
do get
beautiful.
people into
And
Bit
gyms.
Flux
off
are doing
topic,
the
but
right
have you
thing.
watched? I know you have, Al, but have you watched Paddy the Baddie's vlogs?
Yeah.
I watched
I watched it all.
I watched the army one.
He
Did you
literally
see when
wears
he's
Flux every
talking
time.
about like his mental health and how fighting helped him
Yeah,
to the
for
Marines?
sure.
I think that's so
Well,
sick, though.
what people don't realise as well about fighting and combat sports is that it's not this brutality where you just get your
Discipline, man.
smash fast in. There's discipline, and also you
Of
don't have
course.
no aggression or energy to go out and get involved in all that stupid shit. You know what I mean? Young men have got rage to unleash. That's a great way to do it.
Yeah.
And I do think it makes I think most people who get involved with it makes their lives better. So
That's it.
Something that I encourage anyone to do, and well done to everyone who's got involved with those campaigns and programmes.
And Flux are
Check,
right in
you
the
being
middle
all
of it.
mature today.
Yeah, what can I say?
When he wants to be serious, he's very good, I tell you.
Serious
But
guy.
no, Flux are all over that stuff, so make sure you go and
Yeah,
support them
smashing
in
it.
store.
Oh, and he's dropped his
and my
phone.
phone's gone on the floor, but who cares? Couple more comments. Hope we give it to these bigoted royalists tonight, Red Men, says Andrew.
That's why they
political.
They're like all for the Queen, innit?
Yeah, proper flag
Fuck them.
shaggers. Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, like, she's not going to shag you, mate. She's dead. So let's just move on.
Hey, I reckon there's going to be beef.
Bro,
100%.
Listen, we don't like to obviously advocate these things, but I think I mean, I've seen a picture. I've sent it to you guys this morning. They're planning a march from Goodison to Anfield, and any scouser that gets in their way. I don't like to hear that stuff because it's not.
We're not
right.
like that.
And
Like
they
that's
are
the stigma
15,000
around our
people.
club. Obviously, with everything that happens in Paris, that's the stigma around us. But it's other teams that
proper
come
other
to
teams,
us,
yeah.
and, they're
they've ruined
they
the
feel
Klopp
like they
mural.
need to show themselves.
They've put blue all over the Klopp mural last night. They've apparently the Irish bars are closing tonight. Police have said
Yeah,
no
the police
Irish
have
bars.
told them that they need to shut. Yeah.
Like, what's all that about, man? It's a football match, for God's sake.
Yeah, listen, the one thing that I'll say without trying to make it too much of a political conversation, they believe what they believe and they're going to react in a way that they so fit. The city should be taking, hopefully, precautionary actions to make sure that everyone's as safe as possible and people making the right decisions on whatever. I don't know what they're going to do. And this is going to be interesting. I'm just waiting to do a fan cam later and I just get sucker punched in the jaw or
Don't
something.
say that, bro.
That'll be-
Wait,
that'll
that
be a
get
good
views
one.
though.
I was gonna say James
we
gets
don't want any of
jaws
that.
in the
We
mouth.
don't
Imagine
want any
the
of that.
What
amount
if I
of Man
just like
United
tell
fans.
someone to go do it?
No,
Then
no.
that's
Listen, we
I
don't
could
promote
get you arrested.
violence. No violencia.
No
Nah,
violence.
gloves up though, innit?
Big up to Tekker's Dave. Yeah, gloves up. Tekker's Dave, I've got a video that I think looks like Mario singing You'll Never Walk Alone at Anfield.
Of course.
Everyone's got a video of
Everyone's
that.
got some form of
I literally
video
was
of
sat
Mario.
in the upper Kenny stand. I look to the left of me and I just see Alex's big head in the fucking, like at the bottom of the cop end. And then I just see Mario in his shorts, his little jeans, just bouncing up to grab the ball and throw it to Alisson. It was boss.
Yeah, man. Big up to LFCDS. He's a mod in the chat who says, I'm all up for it tonight. He's on the way up now. See you later. Big Dan coming
Wait,
up
safe
from
travels,
Bournemouth.
man.
Safe
Big up,
travels. Tammy says, really worried about tonight. Fans need to stay safe. Only way to shut them down is to hammer them on the pitch, says Dermot. And this is the thing, the fans will be up for it. But Rangers themselves, I don't think we can discount them as a team that we should be battering. I mean, look at us this season. We're hardly, people to talk ourselves about form. I think they're 1 point behind Celtic in the league. And it is kind of like the Stevie G derby, if you will. Couple
don't
players
make it
coming
that.
back.
Nah,
Well,
his,
kind of
his,
is though,
nah,
isn't it?
his tactics
come
are
on.
well gone.
They don't even like him no more.
Do they not?
Yeah,
No.
they'll probably start singing all mad stuff about him, and then that'll get me riled up just by myself.
Yeah, you get riled up. by that, don't you? But Mario, what have
Love
you
them.
seen from Rangers over the last couple of years how do you think we're going to deal with them tonight? Because the fans are going to be up for it, the players are. But if we're on our level, we should win this game.
The only one thing we can do tonight is just smash them on the pitch because they're talking too much. They came in 15,000. How big is the way end?
5K?
Probably less, probably 3. So
Yeah,
they
it
came
depends how much
50,000.
trouble they're
15,000.
anticipating.
If they're
innit?
coming in 50,000, probably even 20,000 because it's just 3 hours trip from Glasgow. So probably they came here to do some mess and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's like if when you said you travelled for the games as well.
Napoli.
Obviously, if you were travelling, there's times when like your mates want to come even if they've not got a ticket, so there'll be other people in the city as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but the only when they came 50,000 because they want to do something, they
Yeah.
want to show something. So the only one way to make them just show it is just smash them on the pitch. This is the only, and I don't think they are a great team, to be honest. Nothing special
Yeah, but with
as a
our
football
form,
team.
With our form, though.
With the way we're playing.
I know.
I actually, my heart shattered a little bit when Thiago gave that ball away because that was just not him. When he went to pass it.
He was really poor
was
against Brighton.
poor.
He played bad against last game. Yeah.
He was very bad. I actually thought he was a big contributor to why we played so bad in that game, which is so strange because in the Ajax game it was just so different. So different. And I think that's because we came up against a team who's willing to play football, try and get chances. Obviously, an element of where they're defending quite a lot, but it's not overly 10 men behind the ball type defending. Thiago heavily struggled against Brighton. They were getting stuck into him. I thought Casado had him and Salah on
he's
ropes
a baller.
all game.
Casido.
And that is exactly what we need in our midfield, because he made Fabinho look average. He made Thiago look like a 9-year-old. And quite frankly, Henderson, he just done what Henderson done and never really got heavily involved. And the reason why Henderson didn't look good or really that bad is because, again, he done the basics and he stuck to them and he never took no risks. And in a team like this, you need a player who's going to go and take risks. The one thing that I'm going to say is everyone should be careful with how much they're writing us off at the moment, because I think there's an element where people forget that we've been in bad positions before, we've overcame those bad positions. I don't think people need to panic as much as what we're all saying, but that only comes with readjusting expectations, because if you keep the same level of expectations and you see what you've been seeing, it's going to become a toxic environment where people are saying Klopp out. And I had someone, so do you know if Klopp continues this for this season and finishes 8th, would you say Klopp out?
No.
Anyone here?
Never.
No.
So the person used the argument of, well, this is the same mentality that lost us the league title for 30 years. And the only way I can see that from his point of view, I think it's a very easy thing to say with all the circumstances we went through over those years, but I think it's ludicrous to suggest that Klopp isn't the most beneficial man for our circumstances in the short and the long term.
Listen, whatever we're going through right now...
Because it's a conversation.
It's a conversation. Literally, I just spoke to my dad and he went, I told you, like, he's going to go. And I'm like, hang on, Dad. One, yes, we're going through... We can all be self-aware enough to admit that what we're going through right now is not good enough. It needs to change. We need to get better 100%, 100%. But there's not one doubt in me that we're not going to turn this around. We will turn this around. That's what we do. We always do that. So as much as, you know, we've got certain things to say about the level of performances, the results haven't been what we wanted, we're still going to turn this around.
Wait there,
does everyone think that?
We got this season. Do you think we're going to turn it around to
title challenges? What does turn it around mean, though?
That's what I'm asking you.
Did you remember last season against Leicester, 28th of December, we lost 1-0 when Salah missed a penalty. Yeah. We had 14 points behind City. And then what's happened? We fight for the title till the last second.
That won't happen again this season.
This is Liverpool's mentality, man. We can just, you know... I told you on the last podcast, this month is going to be very important, because if we win the next game against Arsenal and then we can win against City, nobody knows. It's just, 90 minutes. It's a war. If we win, then we got the chance to, mentally, we're gonna be in the game. And we're going to fight for the title, I think.
Do you know? No, I'm definitely not going to fight for the title, Mario.
If we win against Arsenal and City.
Off what
if we beat Arsenal and City, we could.
Exactly. We're going to do that.
We will believe in that.
Do you think we're going to beat them too?
Could do.
Why not?
How can we?
Why not? I don't think Arsenal and City.
Well, one of them's at home and we haven't lost to City at home in like 10 years.
What you're both doing is having emotional responses. So you're both saying it can happen and it could happen and coulda, woulda, shoulda, motherfucker. We haven't been playing good football at the end of the day.
James, I think in the biggest games, we always give something special. Something,
the Manchester United game, we got beat this season.
Okay, I agree with that. But the big games is always, we give something different. So
did you see that against United?
Yeah, listen,
I hoped before the game,
but at the same time, you still have to believe. And
if we can't do it in the small games,
I do believe that we can get a result at the Emirates.
That's
all
part of supporting a team now, isn't it? I'm not saying you're not
support,
supporting
and then there's delusion to an aspect. You know what I mean?
It's just belief in it.
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't think it is. I think it's delusion.
I think it's belief.
Always belief.
What's belief?
Why should we not believe that we can win at home?
No, we can win, but will we win is a different question, and sometimes you've got to go with the logical side.
We have to believe that we will.
No,
otherwise,
we don't.
I'll say, we'll lose 2-1.
What's that thing?
Belief. No,
you,
one sec.
you get this.
Belief identifies or ignores on what you need to identify as the main issues.
Because I've just said we've got issues, but we can turn this around.
Exactly.
I believe we can.
So what's our main issues?
Well, we've got a few, don't we?
Yeah, we've got a lot.
We don't just have
the
one.
Main
so is that all just going to be resolved overnight so we can go and beat Arsenal?
I'm not saying that, but...
That's what it sounds like you're saying with this belief shout.
I think you're the only one who thinks so.
Which? Yeah, obviously I'm the only one who thinks it here. But
so
that's why I'm
you don't
disputing
believe
and
we
having
can
a
get
debate
a
with
result
you?
against Arsenal and City? You don't believe we can get something?
I think we can. I don't think we will. And
I'm
not saying we will.
I'm not saying we will,
the can is the belief.
That's the belief that we're talking about. I'm not
Doesn't
saying
mean
we
it's
will.
gonna happen.
I'm saying we can. We can beat City at home and we can beat Arsenal away.
Absolutely, we can.
Will we do it?
It's not going to be like...
Is this like a trigger because you like?
No, I just think what you're doing
isn't gonna come.
No, I just think what you're doing is setting us up to have these expectations of a title race, which everyone else is going to hold those same expectations.
I don't think we're going to win it.
No, I'm not even saying that. But what you're making it sound like, if we beat Arsenal and we beat Manchester City, then that means we're in the title
we're
race.
gonna think different.
And if you hold us to those expectations, every other Liverpool fan will. And when we don't fulfil that fantasy of either competing or winning the Premier League, then it becomes a toxic environment because people will want Klopp out. People will say this player's shit or this player needs to leave. And then Liverpool is just a place that Arsenal have been over the past couple of seasons, or Manchester United. And I don't want the football club to be that way. So what I'm suggesting is more for the short term, because I want Klopp to stay and I want all these players to do well. And the only way we do that is by setting them realistic expectations and by saying we could beat Arsenal, we could beat City.
Right, well, look, we'll put it to the audience. I've just done a poll in the chat and there's a lot of comments already.
James,
can we beat Arsenal on Sunday? I've just put a poll, 58% already say yes, and I said can, not will. Can is the key word. Big up to everyone in the chat.
Anyone can beat anyone, so
comments.
that's a stupid question.
Yes, but we've got to believe, Jay.
That Red Bull isn't hitting you right.
For you, the realistic...
What's in that Red Bull there?
Usually it brings you chirpiness.
I'm trying. Do you not see the point where I'm coming from to try and avoid the long-term toxicity or whatever?
But if you don't believe, then what's the point? If we don't believe that we're going to do well, what's the point in going? We've got to believe.
You've got a lot of.
We've got to make the noise and give them the energy that they need.
Did you
to
believe
win.
last season against Leicester? Last season. When we lost against Leicester, did you believe that we can overturn City?
I said that we could come back, I said that we could come back.
Even with 14 points behind
I said
them.
that we had the ability
Did
to
you
come
believe
back.
last season, yeah?
Yeah,
so then you've got to believe now as well then.
But it's a different circumstance now.
Why?
But
Because players are older, players aren't as good.
It's not different.
We're only like 8 points behind City still.
Exactly.
So if we beat City and Arsenal, we're back in it, bro.
Exactly.
Trust me.
This is what I try to say.
They shouldn't be the expectations.
Alex, how are you feeling though? Because you made the bet on DR Sports. And
Do
Arsenal
you
is
know what?
still
My dad
top.
said that this morning as well. He's like, you got to be careful what you say. Listen, I don't think Arsenal are going to win the league. Let me just say
Imagine
that.
he bet
Absolutely not.
like 50k or something.
10 grand.
Nah, but you
Arsenal
you were
can, though.
talking to me and was like, "What? I'll like sell me house." And I was like, "Nah, like I'll just chill."
No, that's
And then you were like,
happening,
"All right,
bro.
like 2 grand or something like that."
No, it was 10k. But that's how confident that I was that they wouldn't win it. Now they're obviously top of the league. So, but will they win the league? No, they won't win the league.
100%
And Arsenal.
not.
Listen, I've been with Robbie. Troops.
I actually want them to win. just for
Troops
that.
last week in New York, right? He goes, "You lot are getting piped when we play you at Emirates," and you know, I said, "I don't think we're getting piped." Because of the
rude.
last, well, yeah, it is a bit rude.
Bit rude, crude, and disrespectful.
It is a bit, actually.
Yeah.
It wasn't my words, Ruby, so you can't blame me.
Fucking hell, Troops.
I'm just passing the message on. But Troops is very confident. Robbie, very confident. I was with him yesterday. A lot of Arsenal fans that I've been speaking to, massively confident for
They
this
were
game
confident
Sunday.
last year.
With the game against us, or that they can
No,
win the
that
league?
is
Confident
belief.
about what?
Confident. I don't.
But it's also
They're not saying they're going to
delusional.
win the league, but they're
Yeah,
saying that I reckon
Delusional.
they're saying that for the first time in a long time, they feel like they're not the underdogs going into a Liverpool Arsenal game.
Yeah, they're not.
Which is pretty fair considering
is
their
fair.
form, and you have to give them credit. Like they have absolutely played very well
That
this
was
season.
what I was saying last season, though. Obviously, before the Arsenal games and things like that, when you obviously one of your main questions you ask is, "Are you like nervous for the game?" And I used to be like, "No." But next season, and especially like the season after,
Yeah, they're
when these
building,
young
man. They're
players are
cooking.
growing into their positions
They're cooking.
more, they're going to be a more dangerous side. So they are technically still the underdogs, but they're performing a lot better than us.
In the last 20 years of the Premier League, how many times Arsenal start very well till like January, February?
That's
and
true.
then,
circumstances
and
now,
then
go Mario. Different
Well,
circumstances.
we don't know if they
yeah,
get
but
injuries.
they
and
always do like that.
They
Always.
Nah,
always-
but have
always
you seen
flop
the way
in January.
Jesus is performing
January,
for them?
February start
By
to
the way-
dropping
Yeah,
points.
but
and
look at Van Persie, Adebayor, the way
Yeah.
they performed back
Yeah.
in the day, and they always January. It always happens. I said to
February.
No. But there was a time where Arsenal were a dominant force as
know,
well.
yeah,
and now
2004
Of
with
course
the
it was.
Invincibles, of
Of course it
course.
was.
They've got a completely different structure as well now.
They
and
had
back-
Thierry Henry, they had Patrick Vieira. It
Yeah.
was different, completely
Look
different
how
team.
by the way,
Probably one of the best teams in the Premier League history.
it
with
depends how
Ljungberg,
highly you
Bergkamp.
rate these young players, because I really highly rate William Saliba. I think he's on the level
very good,
of
Yeah,
the
he's
best
very
centre-backs in the
good,
Premier League.
Saliba.
Saliba.
I think Saliba walks
I don't
into
know
our
who
team
he is.
weirdly enough.
Defender.
You do the defender for Arsenal, Gabriel and Saliba.
Gabriel, I know, but Saliba, I don't know.
Saliba's
Do you know what?
Nudo.
I don't watch the Arsenal games. I don't know who is Saliba.
He's
You've
dribbling.
got to start watching other games apart
I
from
know.
Liverpool.
I
Do you know
just
his
watch
ball
Liverpool.
control is
No time,
sensational?
nothing
Like,
with
his
him.
dribbling
Like
is
the
fantastic.
Nat Phillips in the box against
Yeah,
AC, but he's just
yeah.
doing that day to day.
What a moment that was for
I know.
King Nat, by the way.
We were at that match together, weren't we? And we were all like, "What's he doing?"
Yeah. No, that was in San Siro, but we watched it together, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
watched it
okay.
together against-
We all stood
We
up and
did-
was like, "Wow, come on, lads."
Between Ibrahimovic and wow, and
Unreal.
who
And
else?
Frank Kessie, I think.
And
it was.
Kessie and Ibrahimovic. Wow,
Big
what a
up to
skill.
Ant Dicko. Afternoon, boys and girls. Off the match later. Bad feeling pre-match. LFCDS says Diego greater than Arsenal. Let's not forget Diogo has scored again. It's fallen on the floor, but that's 5 goals in 3 games for
like
Diogo
4
against
tables.
Arsenal. I know it's just me, isn't it? Something has got to give before this World Cup, says North Red. We have to forget about winning the league and concentrate on consolidating, a place in the top 4.
That's the most important thing right now. And you saying that we need to go and beat City and Arsenal, and that is just.
Of course we do, though.
Yeah, of course. But
Nah,
We're not going to get
like
top 4 if we lose, are we?
the way that we're
but
playing
we still
now,
could. That's more realistic.
There's
You know
not
what
a
I
lot
mean?
of hope or whatever because, like you're saying, players are getting older, blah blah blah. I feel like at this moment in time, until we are ready to progress, it is just about just fucking patterning down our ego and just being safe.
That's what I think.
Our defence couldn't stop a granny from scoring.
Yeah,
Arsenal
but
might
how many
smash us.
times in the last years, in the difficult moments, we show character and pride?
Yeah, but that's when we've got players like obviously Trent, Robbo. They were performing, so then it gives the strikers and our attacking players more of a chance to create these extra chances if they weren't creating them themselves. But if they're not performing, that's even less chances that as a team we're creating. Because if the attackers aren't and if no one's feeding the ball into them, and then obviously when Thiago's had that bad game, so's Fabi. Who's feeding the ball to who? No one. And then they're not creating their own chances.
It's just mad how we went from 2 games away from a quadruple with this same team, basically, of take away Mane and
What was it
Origi.
Klopp was saying about Nunez?
He said he had a long chat with him after the Brighton game. Apparently they sat down, him and Pep Linders, who speaks Portuguese, because he was in Portugal
Something
for a
about
long
being
time.
defensive or something.
Something about that. But I think, what did you think about Klopp coming out and admitting that he's had this kind of long, I wouldn't call it crisis talks, but you can clearly see that he was struggling with confidence. And do you think it was the right thing for Klopp to go, listen,
Klopp
put his
was
arm
struggling
around
with
him?
confidence?
No, Nunez.
Okay.
Klopp noticed that and put his arm around him, and they had this really long chat apparently on Saturday afternoon after the game.
He's doing what he should be doing with Nunez. I said,
100%.
was it last week
He's
or the
young,
week
man.
before on the podcast where I was saying, Nunez, you need to look at him like sort of a youth academy player.
Yeah,
Don't just
yeah,
look
yeah.
at him like this big 65 to
No,
85
that's true,
million
that's
pound
true.
signing.
I agree.
And the reason being is because he is still so raw to the point where I don't even think he's going to end up being a successful Liverpool player myself. But I will support him and I will sing his name and I'll be made up for him when he proves me wrong. And if that day comes, then
I'd
I'll
love
sit
Nunez
there
to prove you wrong.
No, I'd love him to
I
prove me
would
wrong,
love
but
that.
he's proved me nothing but right so far. He had that good start against Man City, and ever since he's done exactly what I said he's going to do. He might get the odd goal here and there, but he's not a good dribbler, he's not a good passer, he's not a good hold-up player, and all that 6'2" physicality is actually just fugazi because he can't even shoulder barge a player.
Fugazi.
He's got a bit of
Fugazi.
pace. He's got somewhat decent finishing, but he's not world class at any one thing. And that's what scares me about Nunez, is that at the age that he is, he only gets so much better. He doesn't
I
get
think
like
if we,
elite.
at the end of the season, look back and he scored 15 goals, I think that's a good start.
That's the best you're getting from
He
him.
will.
it's a
He
good
will
start.
score 15 goals this
He has to
season.
get
I'm
the
pretty sure about
flipping
that.
minutes on the pitch to
And
score.
also-
He's
it's
only
not-
played 1 full game.
Exactly.
I know.
Nunez only.
One
That's what I
game,
mean, so he
190
needs the minutes.
What are we talking
No,
about?
Play
no,
the kid.
No, don't play him. Jota is being better. Firmino's being better. I want to win football matches.
Firmino.
I want to win football matches in the short
You
term.
know what his feelings
No,
are.
but
I want to win matches in the
This
short
season,
term.
Firmino is on fire.
What was the
Finally,
only
Bobby.
game?
But with the
Finally.
last podcast, you were terrorising.
Yeah. So we're saying let's start Nunez and let's play him. When really all we've seen so far, he done well when he came off the bench against Man City and when he came off
Capital
the
letters.
bench against Fulham. So he hasn't actually. And what was the game that he started? Palace.
Yeah, got
He
sent off.
starts.
There we
Oh,
go.
when
So
he
in
got
the one
sent
game
off,
that he
yeah.
started,
Well, he didn't
he
start
never
and finish
played.
that
He
game.
never played good. He never played good. And on top of that, so he never finished it, but he started
Absolute
the game and he got a
offers.
red card and never got involved. So if anything, all that screams to me when we've got an informed Bobby Firmino who's already got more goal contributions this season than last season. That screams to me he should be above Nunez. It also screams to me Jota should be above Nunez because starting Nunez
the
right
moment,
now
yes.
is setting him up for fucking hate. Like, I'm constructive when it comes to my point of views on Nunez. I don't hate the kid and I want him to do well. I don't wish demise on
But I
anybody.
don't think he'll do well.
But I don't think he'll do well. But I'll still support him.
Did you see
Mario,
last season against Benfica when we played against
He's got,
Benfica?
and exactly,
Man,
Alex wanted
he's
to say
just-
it. So one sec, Mario. I'm going to recall and regurgitate a conversation me and Alex had in the summer, which went viral and I got loads of shit for. I said he had no first touch, correct?
Yeah.
You said that, yeah?
I also said that he never had basic technical ability when it came to dribbling.
He said
And he's
this
an
with us,
okay
Mario, as
finisher.
well, remember?
He's an okay finisher. And that's what I saw at Benfica. What I also saw was a very compact and also cohesive Benfica team who was good at creating chances, which we're not good for him, and we're not that at the moment. Nice one. Nice one, Jake. But yeah.
Tie it all in.
What do you think?
That's the point.
I think if Nunez would came last season and start to play with Liverpool last season when we flying on the pitch, it'd probably be a completely different player. Same situation with Luis Diaz.
Oh, is that me?
He came probably in the...
That's probably me.
He came last season probably in the best Liverpool season ever. And he started to score, he started to play good.
Yeah.
At the moment...
Who against us?
No, I'm talking about that Nunez.
Yeah.
If he would came last season to play with us, he's going to be a completely different player.
No, he gets on the end of chances, but we already had that in Salah.
At the moment, every player with us is struggling. Even, Van Dijk, which is the best defender. We mentioned how many times? 100 times. Fabinho as well. Salah. Did you see Salah, bro?
Yeah,
this is not Salah.
It's not the Salah.
Don't we talk about Salah as well?
This is Salah. This is not the real Salah. Probably this is 20% of the real Salah. We know what he's capable to do. It's not the real Salah. So at the moment, play for Liverpool is very difficult, especially for the player, for the new player from,
and just think,
from
even,
different league.
Even in one of the worst Liverpool teams in recent history, Nunez still isn't good enough to start in it. He's not. So we are.
Who do you want to see start tonight?
Tonight?
Yeah, let's do the lineup.
Firmino.
Let's do a predicted lineup.
No, Darwin gonna play tonight, 100%.
I hope not.
He played the last game for Firmino, so he can play after 3 days.
So go on.
We've got too many games this
Exactly.
month
So,
as well.
are you guys
I'd rather
excited
Jota
about the fact that Calvin Ramsey looks like he's back in full training, and I
Good,
think we're
buzzing.
going to see a
Buzzing
debut
for the
for
kid,
him
lad.
any minute soon.
He's a good player. I rate Calvin
I need to
Ramsey,
do a
and I
little bit of
think this is a
research on
great
him.
game for him to settle into and really prove himself.
I don't
He'll
think
become
he starts tonight though.
I don't think he will, but if he does and he comes up against Ryan Kent, that'll be a really good test on his debut, I think.
I feel
it
like-
gives us a measurement on where we can rank him, to be fair.
In more of an attacking sense, like if Fabio and Diaz in that play tonight, they're going to struggle because they're not strong enough to be in a physical
I
game
agree.
like this. Diaz is boss, but he just gets absolutely...
I don't know, man.
No,
Diaz
Diaz will be
got
fine.
that
Fabio,
dog
yeah,
in
I
him.
agree with Fabio. I think Diaz is fine.
Diaz
No,
gets
Diaz is a
absolutely
fighter.
bumped when
Diaz
like
is a
he's
fighter,
on...
bro.
He's a proper fighter.
Yeah, he is.
No,
He's a proper
he
gritty.
is, but if he's someone strong and you do like the little
But you
boop
could-
when he's running, he just goes flying off the
Nah, I
pitch.
don't know,
Do you know what
man.
I'd
I
rather
don't
see
know.
up
He's
front?
up
Do you know what
for
I'd
it,
want
man.
to see up front? So yeah, keeping the same logic
So
about
defense,
wanting to...
let's go through the 1-2-11.
Yeah, you
so
do
right
your
back,
team.
Trent, obviously. In the middle, would
I'd
you
want to see
change it
Calvin
up?
Ramsey though. I'd want to see Calvin Ramsey. I want to see him so bad, and I don't think
he a
Trent
right
is
back,
warranted.
yeah?
But he never played
I'm not
for
even
1
trying
minute.
to go against Trent. I think Trent is still the best right back in the world, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I agree.
But recently, not one of his performances
That's
is
because Ramsey's
warranted to
been
start
injured.
in the next game.
There's no one pushing him to say,
No,
listen,
of course,
if you make
but
a
even
mistake,
Gomez
I'm
or
playing.
anyone, like Trent has not warranted a position in this in the first team, and I think this is a great opportunity against the level of opposition that Calvin Ramsey is familiar with to give him an opportunity and see if he can.
I think that's obviously
take the
we're so used to seeing Trent perform. He's done like so many things, obviously, to help us win trophies and things like that. But going back to what you were saying about Nunez, you've got to also think about that for Trent. Like he's my age,
Yeah.
he's young as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we expect so much from him, which isn't necessarily fair for a young player.
Yeah.
But because he's been performing for that long, automatically the fans and that are like jumping on him and being like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And then like all the pundits are saying stuff about him.
Which is why we should drop him. Because if you think about it,
That's
that would
just going to
remove...
make it worse.
It
No,
wouldn't, because
I
that would
don't
remove
think-
the heat, because then you're not going to see them same mistakes he's been making week in, week out. And on top of that, you're not going to see him not running back.
I tell you what, though, it didn't help when Klopp, before the Brighton game, came out and said why Trent plays so high up, why he gets caught out sometimes, and then gets caught out badly against Brighton twice for the first 2 goals.
The
But
first goal against Brighton, I thought was harsh on Trent, you know.
he slipped over, didn't he?
He slipped over,
Oh,
but
that was our lad.
that's a normal error. It was actually the midfield's fault to why that ended up
Yeah.
getting into
Because
that
Trent
position.
headed it out, and then the midfield didn't
But you know
deal
what,
with
though?
it.
I don't like
That
the agenda
Chester
that
one
goes
was
against
bad.
Trent.
Yeah.
I don't like the agenda that goes against Trent. And before you clip all this up, you little muppets, I've said that Trent is
They're
not...
our audience. Don't call them Muppets.
No, I'm calling them Muppets. You'll
Oh.
clip it up and try and take it out of context. Everyone else who likes and subscribes and comments, absolutely gorgeous, beautiful people.
okay, that's
Otherwise,
right.
you're nuisances. Trent Alexander-Arnold, as
Yeah,
much
true.
as I've been saying that he should be dropped, but fucking hell, there is definitely an agenda against the kids. And I don't want to try and play the reasons why and whatnot, but there's definitely two huge factors that I can think of to why people go at him. And I'm not going to lie to you, I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it not only because he's not my player, but I don't think it's warranted. I don't think you see any controversy, or very rarely any controversy of anything too bad about Trent. Really, like, yeah, there's been a few things that have got leaked before, but he's not a horrible person. He's never done anything horrible to anyone. He's never harmed anyone. And he doesn't come out and act like a cocky cunt. He's a very down-to-earth, humble kid, in my opinion. And I think, you know what? He's fucking sound. He's won everything in the game at his age, and people should show him more fucking respect.
If he does end up watching this on TikTok, don't let your egg grow.
Nah, defo, but he's sound, mate. You know what I mean? I think he's a good lad. He works hard for the team. Not recently, but that's why you can drop him. But the agenda against him's gone too far
tonight. So Trent, who else in the centre back? Do we stick with Matip or do we bring in Konate, who's looking fit again?
I missed Konate, mate.
I've missed Ibu, you know.
I missed him.
I've really missed Ibu.
I love Ibu.
Honestly, Verge dropped as well. Oh, fucking hell. I hate the way my headspace is at the moment.
Well, so you'd have Konate, Matip.
Who would you play centre back?
Konate, Matip.
Konate and Matip, yeah. Tsimikas left back. Obviously, Robbo's out, injured still.
Is that still his hand?
I think it's his thigh, maybe.
His hand was in a cast, though, innit?
Oh, was it? Yeah, but you can still play with that. Look at Jamie Vardy. He's been playing for years with, like, you know. But in the midfield, someone in the comments here, Jonah, says Arthur to start. Is this a...
Yeah.
Really?
I'm game for that.
You go with that, Arthur Mello to start?
I'm game
was
for
he
that.
in that live training we were watching? I didn't see him.
Yeah, he must have been, yeah. I mean, listen, he's played about 10 minutes for Liverpool. He came on when we were losing to Napoli. It would be good to see him play. I'm not sure about starting in a massive game like this. Don't forget, if we don't win this tonight,
it's dangerous.
We really could be in the Europa League. Like, and that's
the what?
Yeah. It's not nice to say it. I hate saying it, but if we don't win tonight, we've still got to go Rangers away. Napoli have got to come to Anfield. We've got to go
Ajax away.
To Ajax away as well.
I want to go there.
Wins. We're all going. Come.
Yeah, you told me.
So in the midfield, Fabinho, Thiago, Arthur.
Yeah.
You feeling that?
I feel like we need at least one person with a bit of pace. So I feel like it'd be Thiago or Arthur.
I mean,
we can't have no pace in the middle.
Garth Crooks at the BBC said Thiago can't even get up and down the pitch, so he's definitely not the quickest. But
yeah, I wouldn't want him to though, because then he'd be off injured again.
Yeah, I think we start Arthur. I mean, Fabinho hasn't played great either, but again, we don't have another player in that
defensive
position.
Role, isn't he?
Exactly, that can take him over. So
FIFA,
in the comments, let us know. We have our shoe in the poll. Can we beat Arsenal? 51% say no. 49 say yes. So it's pretty much there or thereabouts. In the striking positions, is anyone too mad about Salah playing as a number 9, by the way, at the minute?
I don't want him playing at all. I think Salah's...
I don't like this, James, when we're playing.
I don't like it either. No, I don't like it either, but I'm also realistic. And do you know what Salah's done? He's put too much muscle on, in my opinion. I think I saw Jose Enrique make this point. I think he's just put too much muscle on, and Casado was out sprinting him every single time in the Brighton game. He looked just a lot slower.
Predictable.
He's not as explosive. He's so predictable. And if it was anyone else...
stuff they were doing just wasn't working.
Yeah,
exactly. He's doing the same flicky flackies.
Exactly. And it's just a shame with Salah, because what he was so good at, we're not even playing to those strengths no more. And he's just not as quick or as tricky to deal with, and he just, like everyone says, it's so predictable. You can see when he's about to do a step over, you can see when he's about to cut inside. There's just no... He went from only having a left foot and no one could stop him to not even having a left foot. Like, it's a proper shame. And I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, mate. You think I want to be in a mindset where I'm coming on streaming, but I'm trying to be too negative. I'm trying to come up with solutions. Like, it's got to a point where I don't know how we've gone this bad. I don't have a clue. Like, I thought it could have been this and this. It's just a mixture of everything.
Yeah, it is.
And Salah,
I agree with you,
Salah has been the one thing. The reason why I'm saying Salah is because he was actually bad from January. I think Salah's been bad from January. I think Fabinho's been bad from January. I think Trent's been bad all season. So these three players specifically for me all have to be dropped.
Some great comments here from LFCDS.
Would you? Says, before we go into the comments as well, I'd rather see Harvey Elliott right wing, Luis Diaz left wing, and then Firmino or Jota up front.
He's saying the midfield should be Fabinho, Thiago, and Harvey. But then Angel68 Abel says Arthur hasn't even played a game. He shouldn't start. It's a madness. Salah off, Elliott on. So there's a few people that are looking for Salah maybe to be dropped. Would you agree with me in saying that the only player that isn't droppable right now is Luis Diaz?
Yeah. I think he's been our best in the front three. besides Firmino.
I go for tonight with Diaz on the left, Darwin and Elliot on the right.
Why would you go with Darwin and not Jota? Jota had a great game against Ajax
I want to
as
give
well.
him a chance to Darwin to score.
To do what?
Ah, come
If
on.
Darwin scores
Would you
tonight,
rather win or would you
I'm
rather
gonna
give a
go
player a chance?
mad.
We give him a chance to score. He needs time.
So
he
bring
needs
him off the
minutes.
bench. That's been the only time he
needs
scored
to
this
play.
season.
He needs to play.
But the only time he scored this season is being off the bench. Why don't you just keep bringing him off the bench as an
because
option?
he needs time. He needs adaptation.
To do what?
To get confidence with the team.
It's a different style of play as well, isn't it?
But there's loads. Haaland's just came into the Premier League and look at him banging off straight away. You know what I mean? I'm not telling him that he needs 15 goals in 7 games.
Jota for the Arsenal game.
But
He
you know,
loves
think
Arsenal.
as
so-
well, though, that's like the distribution that we did have. So if these other players that you're talking about aren't performing, they're not feeding the ball into what we were originally
agree.
saying is going to be our new target player.
I agree.
And
And
that's
while-
the style of game he plays.
Exactly. And while we're playing so shit, we need players who can do better than Darwin without as much service, which is Diogo Jota and which
Yeah.
is Bobby. Bobby Firmino has still got like, what, 8 goal contributions without having any service.
5 goals and 3 assists this season.
There we go. So
Last season.
Big
in
up
the
to
whole
my
season.
brother, Bobby Firmino, by the way.
In the
But-
whole season.
My
My G.
But
Bobby
see, and this
Firmino.
is how I
love
know I'm
this
not just
guy.
being a Debbie
love
Downer.
Bobby.
I've been saying for weeks that Bobby Firmino should get a contract extension. Why?
Yeah, you
Because
said that last week.
Because he
This guy-
brings
you
immense
see this guy
value to
here,
this
yeah?
squad.
He
Mario,
was
screw
terrorising
your
him last
face.
week.
No, no,
Screw
no,
your
listen
face,
to
Mario.
me.
You're the
See this
hater.
guy, yeah?
You're the hater.
No, no,
You're
I'm not
supporting
the
some
hater. No, no, no.
22-year-old
I
Guyan
wanna give
fella
him
who's done fuck
motivation
all for your
to do
football club.
better.
Whereas Bobby Firmino's won every single fucking trophy. You're out here dissing him saying he should leave.
I'm not talking about the past.
What's he doing?
I'm not talking about the past. I'm talking about the now, the actual situation. The actual situation.
Mario batter me anyway. So
The actual situation with Firmino is that what I want to see from him. The last couple of games he played good. Actually, he didn't play good, but he scored.
no, he's played well.
This guy,
he's
whenever
played
Bobby
well.
scores
bro.
and we're on
That's,
the
Listen.
clock,
that's exactly
I look at
what.
him and
No, hang
point.
on a minute. It's very
Don't
rich. No,
tell
one
me he
sec,
played
Mario.
good against
It's very,
Brighton.
very rich.
No,
Very
listen,
rich.
listen.
It's very rich for
No.
someone to say Darwin Nunez should be
no,
playing
no.
based
James,
on.
James,
but you'll go
James,
off Firmino
wait.
for not playing well all game.
James, wait. He played brilliantly against Bournemouth. He scored like 2 goals, 3 assists.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Against Bournemouth, he played well.
Love the way he says that. Bournemouth.
Bournemouth.
Against Newcastle, same
it
situation. He
sound so more
scored the
exotic.
equalizer, but he played bad that
But
game.
if you're a
No,
number 9 and
disagree.
you're scoring
Exactly,
goals,
I agree
Disagree.
with that.
No
I take it.
important.
No,
I
no, no,
take
no, no.
it.
That's bullshit. That's
no,
bullshit.
I take it. I take
That
it.
is bullshit.
No, if you're a
You have to
striker-
play well
He's
as a
got
number
this
9.
holder
Gabriel
plays
Jesus
well
is a
now.
prime example.
If he score-
Aguero's a
if he
prime
score
example.
every
The best
game
number 9's had a
and
good
play
all-round
shit,
game.
I take it, no problem. Score every game, play shit, doesn't matter. But score, try to score.
No, I disagree with that entirely. Mane last season was so good in that false
Leave
9
it,
position
Mane's different
because of the
player.
all-round game he brought and it benefits the team.
I
Bobby
miss
Firmino
him.
has been so good because of the all-round game that he brings, whereas Darwin Nunez is not that type of player. He is not. And in the short term being next 5 to 10 games,
I've got a question for you.
Darwin is not. Go for it, my
Imagine
friend.
Darwin Nunez
Yes.
last season with us.
Yeah.
In that Liverpool.
Yeah.
Imagine. What do you think?
I think he scores 15 goals.
15
Yeah. I think he scores 15
Probably
goals in all
more.
competitions.
with the last Liverpool.
And Dicko
Yeah,
says,
15 goals.
just quickly, mad binning off Nunez when we've literally got Milner still running
I
around.
wanted to hear Mario's point, Alex. Sorry to interrupt the comments, but I do. I wanted to hear Mario's point.
James the type of guy
Point
to
about
put his
what?
pool water in his bath. Sorry.
So
Back
true.
to you.
Point about what? Sorry.
Nah, I thought you
think
were
he
about
finished,
to lead
to
a
be fair.
point.
About Nunez in this season.
Yeah,
I mean, last
because
season.
I said last season he'd score 15 goals in the team that we had last season. It looked
Okay.
like you were about to say something else.
Which is completely different Liverpool from this season.
Yeah, but go on.
So I think in the last season, what we see from Nunez in that game, I always, when I think about Nunez, I think about that game.
Me too.
Because he was unbelievable that game.
No, he done exactly
was-
what you've
he
been
was
having a go for me.
unbelievable. He wasn't the deal
Mario,
that
do you know?
game.
No, do you know what Nunez done that
So
game?
for
He done
me,
exactly.
I
Mario,
take that Darwin, and for me,
do you know what's
that
funny?
Darwin, he will come back in the
no, Mario, it's
probably in
hilarious
Yeah.
because
Headache for
it's
the
so
whole
mad
game.
how not that long ago the game was and you don't remember.
April.
Literally, he done what you're having a go for Firmino for doing. He scored 2 goals, he scored 1 offside goal and done basically nothing for the rest of the game.
He
For the
was
rest
You
of
don't
the game,
remember.
Joey
James,
Wayne
James,
scored a
James,
couple of goals.
No, you don't
was
remember.
unbelievable that
If you
night.
say
No,
this,
no,
you
no,
don't
no, no,
remember.
no, no.
Let me
We
just say
defended
this. Let me
poorly.
say-
We were so
Let's not
open.
speak over
No.
each other, bro.
No.
Let's not speak over each other.
I'm
After
just
that
doing
game,
like
on the
little
fan cams,
narrated comments. Me while you're
on the fan
arguing.
cams for after that game, we all said he was unbelievable.
I never.
I said
I said
that
he
was
was
the
good.
best away performance I've seen at
There's so
Anfield
many hands flying
for time. So
I don't know what you want me to do.
Nah,
James, you probably don't
I'm just
remember
talking to
his
the
performance
people.
that day.
No, I do. I remember it
I was
vividly.
just
No, I
laughing.
remember it
he was
vividly.
unbelievable that night, bro.
He was-
Unbelievable.
he
He
scored a
two
few good
offside
goals.
goals.
Yeah, but
and
not
two
just in
normal
terms of
goals.
goals. He created probably
Offside
like
for a reason.
5-6 chances to score. Gomez, he's just all the time he get the ball.
No, it's not.
Alisson.
It's just stylistically, a striker like that suits the way that we play. Someone who bombs in behind. That's why Jamie Vardy's been able to score against us over the years and stuff like that. And Jamie Vardy's twice the player that Nunez is. But Nunez has came into that game and maximised his style against our style of defence. And he done well with that. He scored 2 goals. Never contributed to the all-round play that much. Was crap in the home game. I don't know like what we were all
He
seeing.
scored
That was
against us in
warranted.
the
He's
home
quite
game
fast,
as
isn't
well.
he?
Warranted 65.
He scored the
Scored
first game
3
as well.
And
goals
still
against
done
us
nothing in
two
that
games.
home game as well.
Bro, I can't agree with you there.
And still
Sorry.
done nothing.
I can't agree with you.
Nothing but a constellation.
Listen,
that
Hughes,
goal
it's a
was as
matter
well.
of opinion, yeah.
Biz,
Just
what do
dead
you
it.
think, Ruby?
I reckon this conversation's giving me a migraine.
Yeah, me too. Remy in the comments. Mario is correct, but Firmino Nunez is going to be better when he starts scoring. Ant Dicko says, I remember Crouch not scoring for 20 games for us.
when he came 2005.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Crouch is what? So we're looking Nunez to be the level of Crouch to win us league titles.
Hey, listen,
Cool.
Crouch was a great player for Liverpool, man.
Great player, but we never won trophies.
FA Cup.
FA Cup 2006
Premier
with
League,
Crouch.
Champions Leagues. We won the FA Cup and League Cup
Got
last
to the
season
Champions
without
League
Nunes.
final with Crouch.
Yeah, but we're comparing them to Nunes, and we won
He
those
won
2
the FA
trophies
Cup
without
and
Yeah,
without
James, we
Nunes.
didn't win any trophy with Torres as well and with
Yeah,
Suarez.
it's true.
No, of course, but we would have finished 8th without Suarez. We would have finished 5th without Torres. You know what I mean?
Of course,
Like,
I'm not comparing Crouch
they
and
made us
Suarez
better.
to different players.
Yeah, but they
of
made
course.
us better. I'm suggesting Nunes doesn't really make us better.
At the moment, give him time, man.
That's
No,
my
especially
only
right
opinion
now,
on
James,
it.
especially
Play
right
one
now.
game, bro. One game.
That's my only
Yeah, he
opinion
played
that I can
terrible.
add in,
I keep
Alex.
for myself
That's
that
it.
Nunez
What?
You
from the
can't,
Benfica
you can't
game.
judge someone who you haven't seen play with enough
played
time.
one
That's what I
game.
mean.
One
That's
full
it.
game.
No,
You've
but you
got
can
to
still
let-
assess whether they've got basic
not
football
full.
and technical ability,
Yeah,
and he hasn't got it.
100%.
Give him time, man.
Give him
To
time.
do what? To do what?
To score.
To do less than
Time to
Firmino and
adaptation.
Jota.
You
Prove
need
you
to
wrong.
adaptation.
To do less
Give him
than-
time to prove you wrong.
I'm doing it. I'm not saying like
But we
let's
haven't- we
just
still
sell
haven't
him.
seen enough.
But
I
you
haven't
were
said let's
saying-
not sell him.
you
I'm
were
saying.
saying he's
So
young
hang on
though,
a minute.
Jay.
You all agreed with me to suggest that he needs to be embedded into the team over time, and then on the same page you're saying let's
But how's
start
he
him right
gonna
now.
do that?
I'm
You
not-
are
I don't
setting
think
him
he
up.
should start.
All
we
you're
don't
doing is
start
setting him
Exactly.
up
How's
for
he gonna be
failure
embedded
because
if we
he's
don't
only going to
start
get more
him?
shit from rival fans. He's going to
They
get more shit
definitely
from us.
set
What was
these
your question?
characters up.
How are we going to be able to embed him if we can't play him? You're
You can
saying
bring
we
him
need
off
to
the
embed
bench.
him over
But he
time.
can't
You can bring him off
necessarily
the bench.
start a big
He
game that
needs
we
to
need
feel
to
the
win, so we're
confidence.
not in the Europa League.
We've just done
he
a poll.
can't start it realistically when, one, we don't know what he's playing like, and two, he's having confidence conversations with the manager.
Yeah.
So a game
Yeah.
that big, he can't realistically start.
All I've said is in the short term, we need to treat him like an academy player. An academy player, you don't be starting him over players who are playing better than him. Jota's played better than him in the fewer games that he's had than Nunez. And Bobby's played better than Nunez as well, from an all-round point of view. I want Nunez to do well in the long term. Your solution's on just playing him now and playing him now. He's
him
only going to shoot
chances.
him more of confidence. So
I hear that. I do hear that.
I'm
point.
actually
That's
doing it for the
that is a
benefit
valid
of Nunez.
point. I hear that.
I'm trying to maximise what I think is very limited ability, but I'm still willing to invest
Such a
in giving him a
backhanded
chance.
Here's a
compliment, I
question
love
for
it.
you.
Not a backhanded
Here's a good
compliment.
question
Dad,
for
it's
you, right?
Barcelona, it is.
Here's a question for you. Let's say Jota starts tonight. Let's say we're 2-0 up. And let's say we can afford to bring on Nunez last half an hour.
You can
He gets
bring
a
him on
goal
if we're
at-
2-1 down.
Let's say if he gets a goal at the Kop, his confidence goes like that. Would you start him the next game?
No.
You still wouldn't, even if he scores off the bench. You
No.
wouldn't start him as...
Bit much,
Alright.
that, like.
Nah, because we've still got Firmino there
Nah,
who
I'm
deserves
talking to him.
chances. Oh, him.
Why is that a bit much?
Because we still haven't really seen him play.
Exactly.
We can't.
Do you know
I
what
don't.
this guy needs to do? He just needs to start scoring goals so we all just shut up about
Nah,
it.
I
Nah, but if he's
obviously-
not bringing anything to the all-round team. I saw Ronaldo score 18 goals for Man United last season and he never brought anything to the all-round team. It was
He's
a
definitely
it was a
going and
detriment to
joining
every other player around him.
100%.
It's
And
different
Man United
example,
finished
James.
sixth. It's
It's
not.
different way. Leave it to
It's
Ronaldo,
not.
36 years
Ronaldo
old.
right now is
38.
probably still better than
38 years
Nunez.
old. Last season he scored,
Ronaldo's
I
not
don't know
getting
how many
played.
goals, 30 goals he scored. But
Ronaldo's probably
it's
still
different
better than Nunez.
situation, bro.
Let us know in the comments what you think. I'm going to get into a few more before we end the stream. We've got a
Just
poll
put my
up. Is
shoes back
James
on.
a Debbie Downer?
I think today I've been, but at the same
70%
time,
say yes.
Yeah,
30%
I think-
say no.
I think I've...
Oh,
Big up for the
We've got a
donations.
super chat. Thank you very much. Let's read that one out. I think it's from Bircho12, who says, when we're going to see Arthur play AGT? Well, we mentioned our predicted lineup. We think he might play tonight. We haven't seen enough of this Keyser to work out what he's about, if I'm honest. He hasn't played many league games for Juventus or Barcelona.
From what
But
I've seen,
again,
he's a shit Thiago.
let's see what happens. Big up to Bircho12 for sending that super chat. James should give Darwin a chance. He's too harsh, says Esther
I'm
Ray.
saying give him a chance over the long periods of time. Listening is not a very common theme in today's world. What I've said in short is let's give him a chance over the long term and let's not rush him in. Otherwise, guess what? He's going to be called a flop. He's going to get loads of shit, which contributes no benefits or positives to his confidence. So how is that? I'm not saying sell him. I wouldn't have bought him, and I don't think he's that good. But to maximise his ability, do it that way and bring him off the bench.
All right, this is how we're going to finish off today. Fabio got this, says, no panic, no system change. We work till it all clicks in place.
No, you've got to change things.
Whoever you are,
you've got to change things.
You are the cutest person ever and I love you.
Because
whoever made that comment.
Yeah, man like Fabio
that was so cute. No panic.
And James, limited ability is a bit far. Yeah. Nunez is still better than Jota. Wait till he starts scoring, says Remy. Maddison or Bellingham to Liverpool. Maddison did have a great game last night. I don't know how he's not being picked for England. It's unbelievable.
He wants to come to us, Maddis, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, he scored that goal. Do you remember we were at that game last year? He scored that screamer, and then in his Instagram caption after, do you remember? He said, scored a great goal tonight at the stadium with the best atmosphere in the country.
Yeah.
And all the little Leicester Tories were like, what do you mean, man? What are you talking about? I thought we are.
I'd take Maddison. I think he's a good player.
I'd take Maddis.
I love little James Maddis.
I'd take Maddis.
He's a baller.
Be a good character to have in the team, especially if you get Bellingham in there.
Maddison all day long, says Fabio. Ruby got FIFA 23 yet? Yes.
I have. Oh my God. So, you know the guy I know? He's making me my own FIFA card.
Yeah.
How sick
what
is that?
What would your pace be?
I said, put it something fast.
Put it something
fast?
Like
a physical card?
I'm getting he's making me like an actual foot thing, yeah.
Oh, nice.
I don't know whether he's gonna give me it to go on the game or whatever, but I had to send him like a picture to go on the card and that.
What was it like?
Nah, obviously
so he's going to make you your own card that you can use on FIFA?
I'm not too sure about that bit, but I'm getting a physical one.
I was going to say that'd be cool.
But it said, I'll tell you what he said.
What would your stats be though? Let us know in the comments.
I just right wing innit. I've literally got a call with him at 1.
Okay, fair enough.
Gonna make you a foot item as well. So that means something on the game, innit?
Oh yeah, they might make you your own card, which would be so cool.
Like that, but you know what I mean? Come on, let's go up to 100 likes, guys. This has been a very hot episode. It's called Hot Kopics for a reason. Just to round it off, Rangers tonight. Are we all going for a Liverpool win? Champions League?
Absolutely.
I reckon
win,
draw.
2-0.
Draw.
Absolutely.
We're feeling like a team today on this couch.
This side versus this
literally.
side. Hey, honestly, man. I'm going for a 2-1 slim win, but I think we win.
Come on, you next.
Arsenal on Sunday. Round the room.
2-1 for us.
Draw, Rubes.
I hope it's a win because it's my birthday Tuesday.
Is it?
No, it's not. It's Wednesday.
Next week?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll have to do something for that. AGT shooting 2, reason penalty scoring bad. Cheers, Tammy. Nice one, love. Right, so you draw against Arsenal, draw against bloody Rangers tonight.
I think we draw against Rangers, potentially lose against Arsenal.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia.
I know.
And then next week, Rangers again away. Now, if we fought today, and when we go outside, there's going to be
Glasgow.
Rangers fans everywhere.
Literally, as I was walking in, there was all like the CR everywhere.
Ugh. And then obviously we've got City, Anfield next weekend. Predictions on that?
Against City.
Because if we say draw again, that's 4 draws in a row.
Lose.
No,
you're messing. I'm going to say draw.
Oh.
Nah,
that would be a decent result,
we've got 2 games until that City game. I don't want to be thinking about predictions.
Exactly.
Well then, there you go. James, we'll finish it off with this one. James the type of guy to sit on the table and eat on the chair. From Sharky Meldrew.
Probably have done that before.
LFCDS says 4-1s tonight. Paul Pack Rangers 4-1. Liverpool 3-2 Rangers. 4-1 for Liverpool tonight. Anyone remember me? Says Mane. Not too sure if I'm honest. There you go. So guys, as we said at the start of the episode, get involved with Flux. Link in the description. You can go in a store and buy it in L1 as well. What was the store name, Rubes, again?
Dirty Kids. It's by Build-A-Bear in L1.
Good out, Build-A-Bear.
Could do with a little.
If you're on your way to Sports Direct, what?
To be honest, after episode today, I could do with a little. Maybe I'll bring Gus in one time and he can just chill down here.
I need to go to that Build-A-Bear me, you know.
Yeah,
just to grab something that I can cuddle for when we lose games and whatnot. Because as you can see, it's not good for my mental health.
Going, it's okay, it's fine.
I just miss coming on here and saying everyone was the best in the world. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to find all these solutions and I don't know what it is.
Fan cams are going to be good tonight. Hopefully, if we win, positivity, big belief when we go into
And we
next
don't
week
get
with
our
more
heads
of the
smashed
same.
in by a bunch of
There
Rangers
we go.
fans.
Kop TV Teddy soon comes.
Is Jack here?
Jack's here. Jack's
Yeah,
here
boy.
tonight.
Yes.
The last thing I want to say
Miss
to
you,
him.
Jack.
Go for it.
Remember my words. In a couple of months, 3-4 months, you're gonna say that Darwin Nunez is the best football player in the world.
I feel like I've just been on James
Not football
Bond or
player, the
something
best
and the body's
striker in the
just said
world.
something.
In 34 months.
Mark
Let's bet
my
that.
words.
Let's bet.
Okay.
You will.
I'd love to see that. Trust me. Right, guys. Thank you
Trust
so
me.
much, Ruby. As always, James,
You.
Mario. It's been great to be
bye.
back. It's my first time in the studio for about 3 weeks, so can't wait to be back tomorrow. We're gonna go into the rest of the day feeling very positive. Come on, Liverpool!
Come on,
We're gonna
Liverpool!
beat Rangers
Yeah,
tonight,
that's-
and we're gonna
We're
beat
gonna
Arsenal at the
smash
weekend.
them.
Hold that. We will see you next time. Don't forget fan cams tonight. all
Fucking
night long.
believe.
Love
Come on, the
yous,
Reds. Let's
bye.
have it.
Get you now.
Thanks for watching the video, guys. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stands, for a lot more Liverpool content.
Remember to check out our Shopify store for this beauty and much more. It's the new Luchito's Way Diaz t-shirt based on Luis Diaz and Carlito's Way. It's out now, designed by Ruby.
And there's going to be so many more.
There is. Make sure you're involved. Go and buy this now and use the Kop TV 15 for a little discount if you want.